What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Vinyl this time. Yeah. Got some 2016 reissues and some stuff I acquired up on a trip I made to Austin with some friends last weekend. It was quite a fun experience, but let's get the reissues out of the way, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys already know what reissues I'm going to be talking about. Yeah, for those that weren't aware, the band ULVER recently had their first 3 albums put out in single LP formats through Century Media. For many that remember, back in 2014 they came out with a box set release called Trollsk Norsk Metal or something like that. I forget what it was called, but it was a compilation that had their first 3 albums, a demo, and some additional other material, and that was really the only way you could get a hold of it. And of course, nowadays the box set is quite expensive if you happen to look for the CD or the record versions of it. But luckily in 2016, Century Media decided to put out the first 3 ULVER albums as single LP releases for the first time, and I think that was a very smart move on their part. The first record I'm going to show you is, of course, their debut full-length album entitled Bergtatt. Yeah. Classic first ULVER record. Back when they were black metal, before the ULVER you know of today, they had that raw, traditionalist sort of black metal sound, very true to the roots Norwegian black metal, and it was very evident on this first release, Bergtatt. Of course, this album cover is very iconic, and I like the job that they did on these gatefolds. These feel like very heavy cardstock gatefolds, very good texture and quality. Of course, you have the track listing on the back with the album name on here. You open the gatefold. Very nice gatefold here with the lyrics done in Norwegian. Of course, you have some liner notes and credits on here. And every release that comes on these ULVER reissues has something very interesting to show. Of course, you have a little mini book, fold-out book thing here with the album cover art, liner notes, and English translated lyrics. Nice little touch, but of course you can't really understand anything these guys say with the English, so it's better to follow along with the Norwegian translations. Let me just stick this thing here because it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get in the gatefold with gatefolds like these. They're pretty hard to handle, but yeah. I got all 3 of the colored variants, and these came on a 180 gram lilac colored vinyl. These look beautiful, and they sound great too. So that's a big plus on the part of Century Media for having gotten these reissues to sound amazing. I mean, these are the same remasters that were done for the box set, but these are available as single LPs, so this is pretty cool. By the way, I got this from Nuclear War Now because CM Distro were sold out of Bergtatt at the time. But luckily, CM Distro had the other 2 ULVER records in stock. This is the second album from ULVER, Kveldsanger. Completely different from the first album. This had more of a folky, acoustic sort of element going for it, which made it seem a little bit more beautiful and a lot more peaceful at the same time. Of course, you have the beautiful instrumentation, and you have these really well-sung sort of vocals going on here, which makes for something very relaxing and calming. And what I like about this reissue here is the fact that for the inclusion of the booklet here, see, you have the booklet without the ULVER logo, you just have the artwork. They included some sheet music for the track Ulvsblak. Yeah, you can see all the notes and lyrics for for the song here. It's very nice, a very nice touch and addition to this release. Yeah, very beautifully done here. Of course, the music is just a joy to listen to. It's something completely different in ULVER's discography, but I think it's awesome to just unwind to. This is the type of music that'll make you want to think and relax about things. Of course, you have the front of the cover, you have the back. Once again, beautiful gatefold quality here. Nice, very nice here, forced sort of quality here. More liner notes, or thanks, or whatever you want to call it. And same as the other issues, lilac colored vinyl. Sounds great and plays great, wonderfully. And of course we have the third ULVER album, Nattens Madrigal. Yeah. No song listings, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. that's how it is on this release. It's sort of done in chapters. Very a memorable album cover done by this band. You open this gatefold. Starry Nights. I like the feeling of this gatefold here. Of course, you have the lyrics on this one side here, all done in the traditional Norwegian language. Let me show you the contents of this real quick. Comes with a big fold-out poster of the Nadens Madrigal artwork. Yeah, very big poster. And you have a little booklet here with the English translated lyrics and some liner notes. Yeah. Back to black metal form for a band like ULVER with this, Nadens Madrigal, which, by the way, translates to the Madrigal of the Night, 8 hymns to the wolf in man. Yeah. Great, great stuff. And once again, lilac-colored variant. Beautiful vinyl color. All the vinyls sound wonderful. Great quality, great presentation. I would have to say that this is probably my favorite of the ULVER reissues. Just because of the quality, just because of how beautiful it is, how amazing the music is. It's just a really awesome ULVER release. But yeah, I highly praise Century Media for the quality on these ULVER reissues. They sound really awesome to listen to. But yeah, moving on to Austin. Last weekend I went up to Austin with some friends to browse around at some record stores, go grab some pizza, have a drink or two. Just had a really good time, and we hit up 3 different spots. I want to show you the first thing I'm going to show you is from the last stop that we made up at Encore Records. It's a place I've been to many times. I've got many great things from there before, but I was browsing through their used section, and they had, I couldn't believe I found this in the used section, and for the price I got it for, I would say that this was well worth it. This is the County Medical Examiners with their second album, Olidus Operettas. Yeah. You can tell by this album cover that this is somewhat of a gory, pathological sort of band. If you're not familiar with this band, they are... I don't know the whole story or details behind this band, but apparently I guess it's just one person behind it. The press photos for this band showcase 3 dudes in doctor mock-ups, but supposedly it's the guy from Cretan, Matt Widener, doing everything. But I could be wrong. I keep hearing multiple stories about how this band is or what this band is about, but yeah, it's pretty much carcass worship to the bone. To the lyrics, to the vocals, to the music. It's just very well thought out carcass worship, and I think this is awesome. I think Olidus Operettas is a really fun album to listen to. I mean, listen to tracks like Casper's Dictum and the Virchow Postmortem Procedure. Just some great songs on there. The catchiness, the riffs, the drumming, just the primitiveness of it really sounds awesome. Of course, you have the front cover here. You have the back with the track listing. Of course, this is limited edition of 1000. You have a gatefold here with operating tools, illustrations, and lyrics for all of the tracks. And you got a printed inner sleeve, which is a pretty nice touch. Little badge of honor here. You have the band members here, supposedly the band members. This album is dedicated to Carcass. That's what it says here. And the vinyl color really took me by surprise. It's on a clear vinyl with multicolor splatter. Looks like there's pink, red, yellow, and orange splatter. Very nice vinyl color here. And the music sounds great too. I'm really glad that this held up really nicely over the years. I think this came out in, what, 2007? Yeah, this came out in 2007, and yeah, sounds really, really fantastic to listen to. But yeah, if you've never heard of the County Medical Examiners, go look up this band's body of work. For the limited amount of material they have, it's really fantastic stuff to listen to. Top quality grindcore, very much worth listening to if you're into like Carcass or General Surgery or any of that kind of stuff. It's really a blast to listen to. And this last stack of records I got from a place called End of Veneer. I would have to say that's my favorite record store in all of Austin. I found so much great metal there. The prices are really top-notch. Service is really good. Atmosphere is great. Just an overall awesome place to be inside regardless if you like vinyl or music or whatever. You can find anything there. This first record I found was, got this for $5, which I was really shocked by the price, and considering what it was, I really had to just add this to my collection. This is Ashpool with For Which He Plies the Lash. This was released on Hospital Productions, and as if you can tell already, since this is a Hospital Productions release, this is something that involves a guy by the name of Dominic Furno, whom you may know best for his work in the band Prurient. Yeah, this is basically his black metal project. This is him diving into the realms of black metal. He did so with some previous demos and a first album, but this is the sophomoric album, and I think it's a very unique take on the style. It feels like black metal from a musical and visual sort of standpoint, but it's very odd. It's an odd sounding black metal record. I mean, the lyrics are quite weird to look into too. I forget what song in question, but something about ramming carrots up somebody's anus or something like that. It's pretty fucked up. But yeah, this is a really fun record to listen to. I mean, for what it is and how things get done, I think it's pretty cool that Dominic Furno can expand his musical tastes outside of industrial and electronic music. I mean, songs like Holocaust Temple, Porcelain Cancer Spear, Dancing Death Masters, I would give those tracks a try. Comes on a standard black vinyl, and for the price of the record, it sounds really good and it plays really good. Comes with a little fold-out sheet here, and on the back you have the lyrics for all of the tracks here. Very good presentation here with this layout. But yeah, if you want to know the black metal side of Dominic Furno, or if you're into Prurient, definitely give Ashpool a shot. This is a pretty solid record in its own right. Continuing on with cheap records, I found this for $6, and I guess you could say this is somewhat of a holy grail, because I never imagined seeing this for such a cheap price, and for the condition that it was in, I just had to get it. And if you're into hard rock or heavy metal, you have to know exactly what I'm about to show you here. This is Quiet Riot with Metal Health. Yeah. This is an original 1983 Pasha Records pressing. And, yeah. I want to say this was their third album. I think they put out 2 self-titled albums prior to this. I don't really remember too well, but this was the album that shot them into the mainstream and into the stratosphere of hard rock and heavy metal at the time, because, you know, heavy metal was still in the transient stages of getting more well-known and well utilized. And a band like Quiet Riot really shot themselves into the stratosphere with that cover song, Come On Feel the Noise. But this album has many more great songs besides that. I mean, the title track, obviously, that is a song that gets sung at karaoke everywhere. Many bands view this as inspiration. Slick Black Cadillac, Run for Cover, Let's Get Crazy. Fucking awesome hard rock heavy metal. I mean, I recently just saw a documentary about this band and how far they've come along in their life, and the fact that their drummer pretty much is the last man standing, basically keeping this ship afloat, keeping this band going. It's insane that Quiet Riot still continues on throughout all the band member losses, personal losses, triumphs, tragedies, all that stuff. But yeah, Metal Health is still a big deal almost 30 plus years later. But yeah, you have the front cover here, very iconic album cover. You have all the band members on this straight jacket. You have the mask here. You have the band members on the back. The principal lineup, of course, you have Frankie Banali right there. Rest in peace, Kevin Dubrow. Carlos Cavazo right there. And of course you have Rudy Sarzo, who you know for his work in like Ozzy Osbourne and Dio and all that other stuff. Of course the record itself here. I'm surprised at how good shape this record came in. This came in really amazing shape. It sounded wonderful. I mean, this held the test of time. Whoever took care of this really made sure that it sounded really good. But yeah, I'm happy to have this in my collection. From metal of yesterday to metal of today. I was really shocked to find this at End of an Ear. This is Dead Congregation with their debut album, Graves of the Archangels. Yeah. I believe this came out in 2008? 2007, 2008, I want to say. And yeah. Seriously top of the food chain Grecian death metal. Really awesome body of work that this band has put out, but I honestly would say their debut album is where it's at for me. From the musical standpoint, to the vocals, to the lyrics, I think this is a fantastic debut album. Very much a true representation of an old school death metal sound, but they make it work very nicely. I mean, Martyrdom, Hostis Humani Generis, Subjugation, Source of Fire, such brilliant songs on here. Of course you have the album cover done by Catola, very nicely done here. You have the back with the band members and the track listing, Nuclear War Now right there. This is a 2012 repress if I'm not mistaken, so yeah. Comes with a nice little fold-out poster here. I have a flag of this artwork, so I have no use to hang this up, so I'll just keep it in the gatefold right here. And it comes on a nice printed inner sleeve with this really nice additional photography and artwork. More artwork on the back here with the lyrics. And the vinyl comes on a very nice heavyweight brown vinyl color. Yeah, very nice job done here with this vinyl color. It sounds really good. But they did a bang-up job with this release, and I was lucky to even find it there. There's a split 7-inch this band put out, and that's really the only one I would really need to have a complete discography of this band on vinyl. The only CD I have from them is Graves of the Archangels. Everything else is just vinyl related, but yeah. Graves of the Archangels is the defining Dead Congregation release. Very much worth checking out and looking into. Next up is something I got from my very good friend Ralph, one of the dudes who I was hanging out with in my trip to Austin. I'm very grateful that he did this for me, and honestly, Record Store Day, I'll have more to say at the end of this video, but I gotta say that out of everything that came out for that whole holiday or whatever, this one release was the only thing I had any vested interest in out of everything that got put out, and they only had one copy there. Originally, he was going to get me the Brujeria 7-inch, but you know how some record stores can be? They can only limit you one release per purchase or whatever, and he was unable to do that, but he made it up to me by getting me this, and I'm super fucking pleased to have this. This is Integrity with Humanity is the Devil. Organized Crime Records. This is the 20th anniversary edition. Yeah. This was originally released on Victory Records as a 10-inch, but this is a vinyl, the 2016 vinyl reissue. Yeah. Integrity are incredible. They are a band that really transcend both hardcore and metal, and they play their music so very well here. They're probably one of the bands that influence both hardcore and metal and merge things together very wonderfully. I mean, I'm very big on releases like Those Who Fear Tomorrow and System Overload, but Humanity is the Devil is something very special in its own right. I mean, Psychological Warfare, Abraxas Annihilation, just some amazing songs here, and I think this is a very top quality release. But again, I think in the early Integrity stuff sounds wonderful to listen to. Dwid Hellion is one of the very best frontmen and vocalists for hardcore and metal, or whatever you want to call it, but yeah. You have the front cover here. You have some spot gloss on here. I don't know if you're able to see it well or not, but yeah, there's some spot gloss on here of the one of the Integrity symbols. Of course, you have Humanity is the Devil in here. It's a little hard to see, but yeah. Then you have some spot gloss on here of the Integrity skull. A little hard to see, but it's whatever. You have a gatefold here with some liner notes by Aaron Melnick. Liner notes, you have this dude right here. Humanity is the Devil right there on the back. And this came with some really, really cool bells and whistles here. Take out everything here. Came with this little miniature booklet. Not a download code, but if you have the album, good for you. Mini booklet here. There, of course, you see Dwid Hellion right there. Yeah, a really cool little mini booklet here. You got a fold-out poster. Green little variant of the artwork here. Very nice poster here. And you have another little fold-out thing that also serves as the lyric sheet. Yeah, very, very nicely done here. Lyrics for most of the tracks, and the credits and all that. And since this is the Record Store Day edition, this is a different variant color. You can still get this, but this is not, it's not this version. They put out multiple variations of it. And it comes on a very nice 180 gram red vinyl. Very good quality here with this release. Of course, this is side A, and this is side B here. I think there's some etchings on here. Side B, Humanity is the Devil, and side A, Abernathy. I don't know what any of that really means, but I'm pretty sure there's a hidden meaning or something behind it. But yeah, top quality Integrity record, and I still want to get more vinyl from this band because they are one of the best in hardcore today. So yeah, check out Integrity. And last but certainly not least is another Century Media reissue that got put out this year. And I had no idea that this version even existed. I was only aware of the fact that there was a blue version on CM Distro and a black version, but I had no idea there were other color variants. But anyway, this is the one release that I wanted to have the most of this band more than anything. This is Trypticon with their debut album, Peristera de Amones. This came out in 2010 through Century Media Records, and pretty much this is the third generation of Thomas Gabriel Fisher, aka Tom G. Warrior. He came out with Hellhammer in the beginning, then he, from Hellhammer, went to Celtic Frost, and then from Celtic Frost came Trypticon, this latest offering. And pretty much, it's a completely different beast from a musical, lyrical, and visual sort of standpoint. And you can tell that this is a completely different band, but yet it still has everything you would expect out of a Tom G. Warrior release. His vocals, the musical structuring, the songwriting, it's very intense stuff. I mean, but like I said, this to me is the superior Trypticon release. I enjoy this album way more than Milana Casmata. I think that this album is, that Peristera de Amones is perfect in comparison to Milana Casmata, which I still think is a good album, but still, I like this one even more. Of course, you have the front album cover with the H.R. Geiger artwork. Very nice album cover here. You have the back here, more of a zoomed up focus. You have all the track listings. I mean, 1,000 Lies. That's my favorite Trypticon song ever, just because of how manic and intense that song is. But you got songs like Goetia, Descendant, and of course the Prolonging. The Prolonging is such a great fucking song. Comes with 2 posters. I have a lengthy poster here of the artwork for Peristera de Amones. I believe this painting is called Vlad Tepes, as what the H.R. Geiger painting is being supposedly called. And you have this other fold-out poster here. It's cool that they put 2 posters in here. You have Trypticon, and you have all the band members. I think this was like painted with acrylic and blood. I want to say that's how this painting came out to be. But I think this is it's a really cool addition to have 2 posters for this particular release. And you got 2 printed inner sleeves. You have the blood painting on this one inner sleeve. And you have lyrics for side 1 here. I'm only going to take out 1 record because they're both the same color. And you have the second inner sleeve with the Trypticon logo and lyrics and credits and all that. And they both come on a very nice 180 gram white vinyl. Yeah, vinyl color is ace. Sound quality is ace. And I believe this is an edition that you could only get at like retail stores or record stores. I had no idea that there was more than 1 variant, but it's very cool that I have this version. Yeah, sorry, Sean. But yeah, if you ever want to get into Trypticon, get into this release. This is the best of the best, in my opinion. But I think, but yeah, if you're not a fan of Trypticon, stick with Celtic Frost or Hellhammer. Hellhammer is probably the best route for you if you want to get into something of Tom G. Warrior's. But yeah. That's all I gotta really say here. And before I conclude this video, I gotta say something right here. When I was getting when my friend got me that Integrity record, one of his other friends was showing me on eBay this whole shit about because there was also some brujeria and death records that came out for Record Store Day. They got some of those people who bought it, put them on eBay, and ratcheted up the price for like double or triple the price. And that really broke my heart to see that shit, because you don't need to have some sort of corporate holiday to tell you when you should go to a record store. Record Store Day should be every single day. Whether or not you attend, whether or not you go to a mom and pop record store, a commercially known record store, or whether you're at home listening to your CDs or vinyl or tape or whatever. You should make an effort to make a difference in the lives of these record stores by going out and supporting these independent stores. Don't really stick to getting just the exclusive shit. Buy what's already there. Help make some revenue for them to continue to stay open, you know? Don't buy shit to just flip it the next day. That's petty as fuck. And that's one or more reason why I think Record Store Day, the holiday, is a complete and total farce. Because these big companies put out these releases and they push back delays for all of these smaller labels that want to get out these releases to you really quickly. And if you're wondering why shit takes long, it's because of stuff like that. And that's lame. And you can't really have that, you know? Support the smaller labels, you know? Small record stores. Help keep them going, help keep them afloat with stuff like that, you know? And yeah, like I said, if you buy something that's exclusive and you sell it for double or triple the price when it's not even that limited or that old, you're a piece of shit. And there's no disputing that, so fuck you if you're like that. Support records the proper way and the right way. Be true to yourself and be true to who you are as a metal and music lover. So that's all I can really say about that. I'm done with the ranting part of this video. Yeah, I'm going to leave links to some of the bands that I mentioned in this video. If you happen to own any of these releases, let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. And yeah, like I said, every day should be Record Store Day. It shouldn't just be one day out of your year or 2 or 3 days out of your year. It should be all the fucking time. Yeah, keep supporting metal in the best way you possibly can. I'm going to conclude this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, RIOT out.